Good morning and welcome to our Sunday service. Today is going to be a little different. Instead of being behind the camera, I'm in front of it, and Dave's thankfully being my cameraman today. Today we're honoring the graduating class of 2021. That's not just the high school graduates, but also the college graduates, the students graduating from kindergarten to first grade, and everyone going through this major, important, and necessary change in their lives. It's a step into a new phase, and we just want to give you the honorings and blessings that you will need on this part of your life coming up. So, my opening words are from Lifting Our Voices, number 64. For the longing that told you it was time for a change, we give you our blessings. For the courage it took to answer the call, we give you our blessings. For the choices already made, and for the daily choices that will shape the life ahead of you, we give you our blessings. For the communities that have shown you who you are, and the new communities waiting to discover you and your new ventures, we give you our blessings. For the great mystery of what lies ahead, we give you our blessings and our love. May you see something of beauty along the way, touch hands with those you love, and give more than you get. Chalice lighting is number 88. In times of darkness we stumble toward the tiny flame. In times of cold we seek warming fire. In times of repression we reach for the lamp of truth. In times of loss we pray for the comforting light. In times of joy we light a candle of celebration. Spirit of life, as we kindle this light, help us find what we need this day. As is our tradition, we also, in addition to lighting the chalice, we light candles for joys and concerns. Normally in our regular service, this will be a time of sharing. So if anyone has any concerns or joys that they wish to share, please feel free to put those in the comment section down below. First, I'd like to light a candle of joy as the state of Maine moves into the new phase of our COVID guidelines, allowing those that have received the vaccine to be able to go in public without a mask. Remember, if you haven't been, stay safe. Next, of course, candle of joy for all of our graduates. Hard work that you've all done in order to reach this level. And a candle for those that we wish could be here with us, but aren't. May they be with us in spirit. And, of course, our crisis candle, still being lit, as COVID is still a part of our lives. And again, remember, stay safe, wash your hands, and finally, a silent candle. This will also represent any of those joys and concerns in our comment section. If you don't feel like commenting, just take a moment, keep those thoughts in your mind as we'll take a moment of silence. Three Musketeers, one of my favorite stories, being a teacher of the stories. I always say all for one and one for all. Well, these candles are all for one and one for all. I want to start seeing how not going to have any special music today, but we do have a special poem. We're going to be reading the lyrics of a song that gave a lot of advice to the graduating class that graduated a few years before me, but also still even 24 years later, still has a lot of really good advice. So here it goes. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 97, wear sunscreen. If I could offer only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way that you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as fat as you imagine. Don't worry about the future. Or worry, but not that worry. But know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be the things that never crossed your worried mind. The kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Saying don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Don't waste your time on jealousy, because sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken at your 75th wedding anniversary. Wherever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much, or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance, so are everyone else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It is the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance. Even if you have nowhere to do it but your own living room. Read the directions even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They'll only make you feel ugly. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're the best link to your past. And most people are likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but a precious few who you should hold on to. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle. For as you get older, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you too hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you too soft. Travel. Accept certain unalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, you too will get old. But when you do, you'll fantasize about when you were young. Prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund, maybe you have a wealthy spouse, but you'll never know when either one will run out. Don't mess too much with your hair. By the time you're 40, you'll look 85. Be careful with advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past. And from the disposal, wiping it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for far more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. Good advice. I first heard that when I was 97. Now I'm feeling old doing the math here. That would have been sophomore year, Hutchinson High School. Yeah, it's interesting. I have, if you think about all the local schools here in the Holton area, I have attended almost every single one in some capacity, way, shape, or form. I started off from kindergarten to 4th grade at the no longer with us St. Mary's School. After that, I went to Lambert Middle School for 5th grade, which is now the Greater Holton Christian Academy. When Southside School was opened, I was the first graduating 6th grade class from Southside. Then from there, I went to Holton Junior High for 7th and 8th. Partway through 9th grade, I left and went to Hutchinson to finish up high school. While at Hutchinson, I also attended what was known as Southern Rustic Vocational Education, now known as Region 2, for my junior and senior years, doing computer repair as my vocational training. The senior year of that, I was traveling the bus down to Katahdin High School, a little classroom in the very far back of the school. When I was going for my student teaching, my placement was at Southern Rustic High School. When I was at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, I was taking classes down here at the Holton Outreach Center. I've also attended for a semester, I was at NMCC, Northern Maine Community College, and most recently I just graduated 2 weeks ago as a member of the class of 2021 from Midville. While attending my classes online, I've been working at the Carleton Project as an English and Social Studies teacher, and I have walked in almost every single one of the halls that all of you that are graduating from high school this year have walked in. Sadly, I did not get to go to Hutchinson Elementary School or Holton Elementary School, but I've been in the buildings at least once. So I've walked the path that all of our graduating high school seniors of Holton High School, of Hutchinson High School, Southern Rustic Katahdin, and the Carleton Project. And, well, I have reached that point where I wish I could go back and do some of it all over again. I've also reached the point in my life where I'm proud to have bounced around and been a part of all these different schools. And I know what it's like to be scared of leaving it all behind, of having to say goodbye to friends, teachers, and everyone else that inspired you along the way. But I just want you to know that as much as it is about leaving and about growing up, it's also about the call to adventure, to go out, to seize the opportunities, to travel, to explore new places, make new friends. And while some of you may not be heading off for further education this fall, and some of you might not even be leaving the Holton area, I encourage you to get out there at least once. Maybe not this fall, but someday. But always remember, you can always come home if you have to. But take these moments, because even if you're not leaving, somebody you probably know is. Take some time, spend with them. Forge some last memories before you start forging some new ones. If I could add to the advice of wearing sunscreen, I would say stay up late, go out to the lake, watch the stars, hold someone close, reminisce about the old days. You never know when you won't get a chance to do it again. Before I extinguish the chalice and dismiss you all for the day, I'd like to make one last reading. Number 53. Our time together is finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and our resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges of the week and life to come. This chalice flame will be extinguished until we ignite it again with the spark of our community. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this week's service. I want to acknowledge the work that has been done by all of the graduates in our local area. Let's give them all their applause. And if anyone has any life advice or congratulations you'd like to give to any of the seniors in your lives that are graduating, or the little ones that are graduating from kindergarten, or any of your college graduates, please add those in the comments below. Thank you for joining us, and remember to like and share and subscribe if you're not already. And it is with my honor to say, dismissed. Go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for being here. Bless you, and may the force be with you. Amen. That's a wrap.